Hello, good morning, happy Friday everybody, how are you? I've just had the most hilarious morning with all things computer, which is probably why this is a great time to talk about websites today. So I know it's Friday, we're kind of winding down for the end of the week here. But I wanted to bring on a very, very special guest, Gigi Gem of gigigem.com. But I'm just seeing if I am live first, because this is all the problems that we've had this morning. You should see me. We try. Hey Kay, can you hear me, Kay? I hope you can hear me. I'm possibly, just in case, just give me a little wave, a little hi, before I get Gigi on. I feel like I'm a DJ here. I've got two computers going, and oh yeah, I'm there. I think I'm on because internet is so terrible. Oh. You can still hear me. I hope I'm live. And we're just waiting for Gigi to get on. Gigi, where are you? Okay, I am on. So today we're just having a little riff off. A little riff off. What's a riff off? I heard that somewhere. We're just shooting the breeze, but kind of giving you some good content as well. And today it's with Gigi, the beautiful Gigi. So I think Gigi, let me see. Oh, I could just, here we go, invite you. That's the one. I'm waiting for you. Hey, Catherine, how are you, beautiful? Wave. I can wave. And just while we're waiting for Gigi to come on, Catherine, you have to put in your link somewhere here. Catherine has got this amazing dance group, movement group that she has, and I've been too scared to put my own dance moves in here, but it's a great thing, Catherine. So at some stage, please, not in this thing here, but in the group where we can all come out and hang out with you and dance. So Gigi, I'm just looking for you, girlfriend. Where are you? I've sent that to you. It's been one of those technical mornings. Yeah. Hey, Patty Ann Wahoo, how are you, beautiful? We're talking all things website today. I know it's Friday, but yeah, the dance group. So Patty Ann, you have to speak to Catherine Wallard. So yeah, I'd love to see some of your dancing. And then there's this private group, it's bringing a lot of joy in. So Gigi, where are you, my darling? And maybe it was because I got hacked. Can't see. Okay, hang on. You're on there. Maybe. Okay, you reply. Can't see it. Now, I've sent it to you. So, oh, maybe that's just to what? Don't you love this? Okay, how do I get... Here we go. Add. Oh, I was just watching... I was just adding you to watch it, not adding you to come on. Here she is, coming on. You coming on? Adding. It's like flashing. And my Facebook got hacked last night, so I don't know whether this is the reason why everything's a pain in the butt. Gigi, can you adding? Thanks for hanging in there. Adding. Yeah, because we can't use Zoom with two teenagers at home doing their school thing. Okay, Gigi, are you on? Guest declined the live video invitation. Gigi, I think you have to approve. I'm approving you. And yes, can't this? There is already a gift. Ah, this. We have to go.
Do you know? Joe Pasco will love this.
Just quickly, when Judy was doing this morning, tell us what happened. People
It,
might think
it is if you feel if you feel warm like I do right now, or if you feel like you get a hot flash, you should, this is so close, this camera. Okay.
that's okay.
So what you do, you just, if you can roll your tongue like that, and then you breathe, if you can't just have it, and then breathe in slowly and feel the cold air on your tongue. I believe this is what dogs do actually. And they go, and then you go, yeah.
Wow.
And then you just breathe in,
I love
hold it, and then breathe out. And it calms your body down. It is amazing.
Good. So everybody do that. Everybody do that. So I'm just going to check.
Do that right now.
So we made it. We made it. There's a lot of hoo-ha in the beginning, but it's good.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I know. Do you know what it was? It was that I needed to rotate my camera. I'm like,
oh, right. Yes.
yeah.
We should do another,
It's okay.
another live on how to get on live, right?
Yes. Great. Put it in your top tip.
Yeah. Okay, so we are live. So thank you very much for coming on, Judy. And I was just going to introduce, saying before that, we're just having a little riff off. We're having, you know, we talk a lot of things, business, a lot of and spiritual entrepreneurs. And one thing that I see a lot of with my clients is this website stuff. And you are just an amazing website design builder, coach, and you're going to tell us exactly what you do. And I thought, let's just have a chat about it. You know, if anybody can take something away today and implement it, then good. So what do you do, Judy? We'll do the formal introduction.
Yes. So what I do, we trained a lot for this. What I do, I am a web design coach that uses conscious energy when I create the sites.
Yeah.
So I work with creative female entrepreneurs and create this gorgeous site, obviously, with the offers and all the beautiful things that are on there. But what I also do, I put the energy into them. So they get their own energy into the sites, which means that they draw their ideal customer to them much quicker. And they make a bigger impact and make more money. That's how simple it is.
Wow, I love that. And you know, even when you're saying that, Gigi, and I know it just goes in, like I get it on this level. I feel it rather than hearing, you know, we can make up all these different words, but I feel that. And I've had the pleasure of working with you. So can you just go a little bit further? And we're going to get into, you know, into the nitty gritty bits later, but the energy, because you said something about, you know, you can feel the energy and you can see, you almost get the bigger vision of what we're trying to articulate ourselves, you know, because it's quite
correct
when people come out and be visible. So tell me the energy piece that you see. What happens? What's your process?
Yes, it's funny. It's like, you know, when you got a gift, you don't actually see you got a gift. It's just something that happens. So I had to really think about what's happening to be able to do what I do. But I speak to you, when I speak to you one-on-one, we go through all the beautiful offers and everything you want on the site, your vision and all that. At the same time, I scan you back end, not the back end, but I scan you and I tune into you intuitively. So I can see the energy of the vision from the back end, not just what you're saying. So sometimes I think the words and what we try to tell people, it's kind of compromised. So when I read and scan it intuitively, I get the bigger picture. And normally with all the clients that I've worked with, they are much bigger and has more impact than they ever think about, that they would think about. And they stay like in a box. They kind of put themselves in a box.
Yeah.
And I want to break that box open and put that energetically into a site.
Yeah.
And you know, with energy, what you send out is really important. You can't sit there. And that's one of the things when you create your own site, if that's what you want to do, is that you get, when you start, most possible, you get really stressed out about it because it doesn't look how you want it to look. It doesn't, it doesn't even come close to what you are thinking in your vision. I've gone through this myself so many times. So I think if you're sitting there and you put that energy into that site, it's not going to work very well. It might look okay, and you might have not paid a lot of money for it, but does it do what it needs to do?
Yeah.
So that's what I do. It's just simply, I scan.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. And Patty Ann loves this. Hey, Alison. And that's the thing, I've had lots of different people build my websites, and even right at the beginning, I tried to do one myself, which is ridiculous. So, and that was before we had all these Wix and all that. So I was doing this coding thing anyway. But then, I actually realized I've got to pay somebody to do it. But even to explain what I had in my head, I just wanted them to just can you just read my mind? And make me look good. But I think there's an internal piece too. Like you say you work with, fire horses is your things. And I'm guessing somebody who's just beginning, who's kind of they come out and they're like, yes, I'm ready to put my offers out there, to someone who's a fire horse and has been in there, doing their work for a while, and you're just like, okay, they'll go a lot faster than this person. And my question,
yes, and that is totally fine.
Yeah. But you would nurture the beginners, and you'd nurture and no, not nurture, you'd run with the fire horses as well. You probably have to.
Oh, hell, that's so much fun. It's like Melbourne Cup. Yeah. Oh, my God. The door goes up and then off you go. And I'm kind of, come on, we just have to slow down a little bit. It's going a little bit too fast, but we're getting there really quickly. Yeah. It is fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. But it's fun to work with the beginners too, because I can relate to them a lot.
Yeah.
And how it is to be stuck and, not being able to actually articulate what you are about, what you're all about.
So let's talk about that thing, because I wanted to talk about, one of the things is when especially spiritual entrepreneurs, there's so much beautiful energy and they want to come out, but for me, I feel that there's this visibility challenge. So website's very important. It's got to be perfect, and I like to say it's done better than perfect. But what's the thing, when people come to you and they have so much website shame, and then I go and look at their website, I'm going, that's actually awesome. It's actually good enough. But then how do you, what are the things that, you want to see on a homepage? We'll just talk homepages because the website's such a big thing. But what are the 3 things that people should have that you go, right, no wonder you have website shame, because you don't have this, or this, or you've done the wrong thing. In a kind way, What could you tell us? What do you say?
Yes, we all appreciate Tiv in this community. Only positive things. No, but it's actually the first thing that I want a homepage to be is actually you can feel the person straight away.
Yeah.
Like you get it can be the fonts, it can be the color, it can be the photos. Obviously, is really important. So that is the first thing. You go in there and bang, you see directly like, wow, I like this. It's very clean, or it can be a lot of color depending on the person. Yeah. You can see the fire horse. You can see the one that wants it simple and that is the first thing. So just get the first, it's like you meet a person, really, like a person in a networking group or in a room, just a friend, and you go, I like her. The second thing is that it has to be easy to navigate. Yeah. It has to really be easy to find what you want to find. Yep. And if you come in, you see something on Facebook, and obviously that link should go, then we go a step further, that link should go to the actual what you're talking about on Facebook. But if you're looking for something particular, it should be just super clear. Here it is. Yeah. Click on it and then you're there. You don't want to mess around. You haven't got many seconds before they lose interest. Yeah. And the third thing would probably be, it's probably the links. That the links works, obviously. Oh, true. The links works. Yes. But but the main thing is the feeling and all these things. But then also, if you go into what do you call them? Magazine shop. What do you call them? when you go and get
Oh, news
Tatslotto.
agency.
News agency.
Yeah.
So you go into a news agency,
Yeah.
and then you walk the aisles. You can see, if you look to the right, you can see the female magazines. They all like glossy, colorful, curvy fonts, beautiful pictures, all this like flowery, what we like, right? Then you look to the left, you see the male version,
Yeah.
and it's like more chrome, black, dark blue,
Yeah.
like muscly, beautiful men and women, and so also like maybe with a baby, you know. So you just need to create that site so it suits the energy of it overall as well.
Yeah.
So you need to go in, and when you look at a magazine, you can easily see this is the headings. These are the headings. So if you think about a magazine, you know what a homepage is. So you look at the magazine, you go, oh, it says a recipe about cookies here. I want that one. Or it's something that could be find a new partner, or it could be here is your garden tips. You're drawn to certain things. So the headings are really important on the homepage as well.
The headings, that's a great thing. And then also, I mean, for me too, it's like one thing that when I go to people's websites, and you know, we just don't know what we don't know. Like, I didn't know we were supposed to have this years ago, is the Optin, right? Where is the Optin? And it's like, or they'll put it way down first, they may not have one, or that's right down the bottom, join my newsletter, which is kind of like going into like your analogy of going into the news agency, just looking around everywhere, and hopefully I'll find it. But when you have the Optin, it's like, boom, this is the next step.
Yes.
Right. And and you said, you know,
and then we're moving now slowly over to a landing page.
Yeah.
Because this is this thing with you got landing pages and you got landing pages.
Yes.
And you go, what the hell is that? So landing pages is overall everything you land on the webs on internet is a landing page.
Exactly.
But then we got the digital, but then we got the digital marketers version of a landing page, and that's slightly different.
Yes.
So that is then when you actually want to convert. It's a purpose with it. Now someone's on my door. So it's when you want to convert something, you want someone to sign up for your letter, you want to sell something. It's a specific purpose. That is the digital marketers version of a landing page.
Yeah.
So it's really focused on just that, nothing else.
Yes. But if we keep it really simple, we're not going to that whole digital, because, you know, for spiritual entrepreneurs, we want them to come to our kind of, hey, this is where I'm hanging out, my storefront, but here's my option for my freebie. So you're on my list. So now I'm going to nurture you. I don't want to sell you stuff straight up, because that would be kind of like rude, you know.
That's rude.
Yeah. But that is a landing page. So I just want to keep it really simple. And then, but this beautiful, links are a big thing, you know, and sometimes I feel
links are a big
thing. Especially if you've been in business for a long time, and you've got to keep going back and sharing them, especially when you create a lot of content. So, okay, so I want to just talk about, you know, how when people do their own websites, and I actually made a video, I don't know, yesterday about doing it yourself or paying somebody to do it for you, right? Like that expertise thing. And I do get that, you know, especially when you're starting out, you have to kind of save the money somewhere, but there's certain things that I just think you shouldn't scrimp on. And one of them is website design, right? But I guess I've already, you know, I'm sure I've got 5 websites out there on Wix somewhere that I played around with it. But what are the 3 things, what are the mistakes that people do when they set up their home, you know, they do it for them, that they're just not kind of thinking about, like that can be almost detrimental to the business?
Yes. I think the first thing that you do is you're spending too much time on it, to be honest.
God, yes.
Time that you could, time that you could actually put into finding new clients. So I know it goes hand in hand a little bit. It's a little bit of a catch-22, but there's other things you can do. You're spending a bit too much time on it. I actually wrote them down here, so I'm going to look at my paper. But then also it is what we said before, it's the structure of it, it's the navigation. And nowadays, I know the Wix and other ones that are out there.
Yeah.
Squarespace, I think
Yes.
it's one. Yeah. They're they got good templates and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not, yeah. So it is actually most about time. And then I think also the energy that we talk about,
Yeah.
that you put into it, because you get like overwhelmed. And then that you're not using the SEO tools properly,
That's it.
like the search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are lots of different things, obviously, but then also there's certain formulas to pages.
Yeah.
There's certain formulas to convert things.
And that's the thing.
So
I didn't know when I was just starting out, that website, like my old website designer used to make them, and then I want to change something on it. So I think, I know how to do that.
Yeah.
And I would spend hours in there, and then I'd just stuff everything up and ring him, and he'd go, no, you do it this one. I'm like, oh, okay. I'd be me. But I think in one way that I was procrastinating, right? Doing the other stuff in the business. But I thought, yeah, because you can, it's the time.
Yeah, sometimes it can be, it's a time. It is a lot of time. And then also you can mess it up, because when you start to, it's normally drag and drop stuff. You drag and drop things into. But if you start to manipulate it too much, it gets messy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. And then you start to feel that, like, when you go to your networking event, or you kind of energetic, it's like, I hope no one is going to ask me about my website.
Yeah.
And that is not good, is it?
Well,
it's not how you draw your ideal customer to yourself.
No. Well, that's a thing that people say. It's like, oh, you ask them, what's your website? And they go, oh, I'm just in the middle of changing it. I have never said anybody, well, very rarely somebody goes, oh, here it is, da 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 da. I've always said, oh, here it is, but I'm updating. I'm like, oh, don't do that. That's okay, because it's already,
So how does it feel when you meet someone who says, here's my website?
Yeah.
How does it feel for you as a person? You go like, I want to work with her, or whatever,
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's really important for the self-confidence. It's really important. It's like having bloody good underwear on, to be honest.
When you go out on a
Patty will like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But you feel good. And even if you don't go on a date, you just feel better.
Yeah.
You feel more confident. You feel like you want to approach people. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter. I can take all my clothes off. I got nice underwear on.
And
it's the same with the website, really.
You're doing it for yourself. You're wearing this for yourself,
yes.
Not for the. But it is, yeah.
No.
So
yeah.
So tell me, hang on. Do you? I just want to go this. You've got a freebie for us, so you're going to put that link in.
Yes.
There, and I know you did 3 of those things. But I want to ask, like, your why. Like, why? How did you? Or having no underwear, same. Ha ha ha. Patty Ann questions.
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
Why? Why have you created this business? Why have you expressing your purpose in this way?
Yes. Yes, it's been a long journey, as you know, most of everyone. It's been a long journey, but it started actually, I had lots of ideas, and then the only way people do vision boards, right? They do vision boards of all their ideas. They got these dreams and stuff. And I just found I had so many different dreams. So I started on Wix, and I started to put in all these free sites. I never published them, but I used them as vision boards.
Yes.
So I can go in and I put all these beautiful colors on, and I did a Viking village from scratch with everything on there. Yeah, you should see my things.
Is it still?
And I got all the.
Have you still got it?
No, I haven't actually. Oh, I don't think I do. Maybe I do.
Yeah.
It's not live though, but it's fantastic. Viking feast and everything. Anyway, that was just one idea. But what happened then, I taught myself how to use the systems. And I've never been afraid of clicking on things. I don't know what it is. I'm just not fearful. I can fix
pushing buttons.
A machine that, I just like it. And I don't feel no fear. So that's how I learn. So, and I love design. And I love supporting people. Yeah. Supporting people is the best thing ever. And I was very lost for a long time because I didn't feel like it connected. It was like, what has design to do with, helping and supporting people in a deep, like in a more spiritual way or conscious way. I wanted that self-growth in there because it's so important to me, self-growth. So that's how I got a little bit disjointed for a long time. And then all of a sudden I think it actually, what changed my thinking about it was probably self-growth, self-worth and self-love.
Yeah.
So when I started to put that worth into, by working with you, for example, you push us in a nice way, but you need to, like you start to appreciate yourself and put value on yourself. And then all of a sudden it just clicks in and it goes, okay, I can actually really help all these beautiful people that I got around me, that I really enjoy being around. And that inspires me, and I can actually help them. Yeah. That is like, that's a great feeling. Yeah. So that's how it started. It started actually because I'm a curious woman, to be honest.
Yes, and I'm
curious.
Yeah, I love it. And you. I mean, the other thing is, you're a businesswoman before. You are. So you had all these different businesses. So you've been in different industries. So I think that adds to you can create for people too, right? We're not just all in the same industry, but and you have.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I'm a little bit like you. I'm very similar to you when it comes to that business love. It is. I love business, and I've done everything from a 90-seaters restaurant making my own sushi to working in the travel industry to be working in a cafe to I've done so many things. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I've been chatting to Prince Andrew, not in a bad way, not Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew's father out jogging in England. I've done so many things in my life.
Wow.
The King of England I've spoken to. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that needs to go up on your website somewhere. I'm connected to the King.
Yeah.
But that
does, I know. Not that I don't. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it does give you this round. And I think a lot of people, I don't know if I'm assuming, but it's like, we think we're doing all these things, and what is our real purpose? And I think every one of those has been part of our purpose, even to this day.
Yes.
There's still much longer to go. So tell me, is there anything else that you want to share about websites? And I didn't want to diss like people who do their own websites. There is a time and place, but sometimes when you're ready, and before, if you spend so much time on that, just watch the time and watch the quality.
Yes.
And because there's all this hard work that's not being seen by Google and blah blah blah, all that. So yeah.
No, I agree with that. I was going to say that before. We shouldn't say that creating your own website is anything bad. It's a really good tool, and it's a tool for you to be seen out there. So that is brilliant.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you want to take it a notch up a notch, and you feel like you can feel it in your body, you can just calm down, do this. And then you feel like, it's time for me to expand. Even if you feel the fear, it's time to expand. Then I'm there for you, and it takes it up a notch. Yeah. It's energetically takes you up a notch, but it's nothing wrong with the do-it-yourself either. No. Obviously, it's got its purpose. Yeah.
And I think
it's better to be seen than not be seen.
Exactly, and that's what I love about your beautiful Swedish heritage, right? So when you rebuilt, or we actually scrap Goddess on purpose and then moved it to luannmarine.com. And there was I had this angst of like, oh my God, all that's gone. So you held me through that as well. And it's still, it's everything on the net still there, but there's got to come to a point where you've got to go, right, that's it, let's start afresh. And I think the biggest, what I'm getting to your Swedish heritage is that you have this way, of just going, jump, right? Black and white. And I love that. But then you bring in the energetics of it. It's like, so your school of wisdom as well. I don't need to go into hands here, but the decision-making process that you help somebody go through is brilliant, Gigi. Like I just actually wanted to, because it's very emotional.
Thank you.
Doing websites.
Yeah.
I realize
It
and
is
how,
very emotional.
yeah.
So it is so easy. So I think if you do it yourself also,
Oh,
it you get stuck because it is really emotional and it's really scary to
oh,
open up that side. I felt it, you felt it, we all feel it. But to have someone behind you, just come on, we're standing there, we're behind you, it's going to be fine. It's not just only the technical side of it, which is huge, that you don't need to stress out about that the links are working or whatever, the site works. That is nice, but it's also the energetic. I got someone that believes in me there,
yeah,
that holds me
yeah,
when it goes. And your business coach will also do that. You do that for your clients
yeah,
too. So,
yeah. But in a
but it
different
is,
way,
yes, absolutely.
in a different way.
Mm,
Like you are the website coach, so web design coach. So one thing before, I just wanted to go. There's this thing, and it's really interesting when sometimes I'll get a new client, right, or I'll speak to somebody. I said, oh, how you need to change this on your website, and you can see the look of horror come over their face, right? They're like, I don't
mm,
know,
mm,
I don't know what my password is. I don't know how to get in there. I don't know this. I don't even know where my web design person is. And I find that really
mm.
disturbing, actually. That because
It's
it's
not
like,
very empowering, is it?
exactly, it's like you've given the power
Mm,
to somebody else, and you cannot even change
mm,
something without maybe being charged $500 or something, or just so somebody
mm.
can get in. What do you say to that? Like, what? I mean, that's not you. We know what our passwords are and stuff, but I'm like, how? What? Why is that?
Yeah, no, it is dreadful. It's like it is like because when we create a site for you, I do other web designers too. They give you, it's your site, so it's like you just, oh, that's your site, and then you do whatever you want with it. But it's not very empowering. So I have already got like a system in place after it's launched, so you can get help. So there are how-to videos, how to use your like even the SiteGround account, the ones that's hosting your sites. So when you open it up and it says like something, you go, oh, because it is very, very, very stressful
Yeah.
with all these things. You don't even know where to click. So you need to have the basic understanding so you feel empowered.
Yeah.
It's not that you're going to take over. If it's a major thing, you can contact me and I sort it out quickly. Or if it's something smaller, you should feel like I can go in and change that there. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's really important to empower you when you have your site.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I think people
Because it's not a good thing.
yeah, we do get overwhelmed.
You
Like
want,
if you want to change a head or
yeah,
something, like I wouldn't actually do that myself now, but I can. But I know how to
yeah, you
blog
can.
in. I know how to write a blog and put it on my website. And
Yeah,
that I think at the
yeah.
very least people should be able to log in, write a blog, post it. And I
Yes,
think they get very
exactly.
scared.
Absolutely. That's the minimum, isn't it? It's the
Yeah,
minimum.
yeah,
And they should be able to change a price or a
yeah,
time, or when the webinar is not on, where like they cancel or they postpone it. They need to be able to go in and do that quickly themselves. Because if you feel detached to your site,
oh my God.
then all the work that we've done putting that energy into it, that you will be proud and keep you like
Yeah.
going out, it's all gone.
That's
It's
actually the
all gone.
word. You actually nailed it. That's detachment. Like we actually go, oh, it's built now, and then we're not attached to it anymore. That's interesting.
No.
Mm,
Yeah.
wow.
And that's not good. It's like you create something and just leave it over there. It's like, yeah, it's not good. You
Yeah.
need to link them both together so it empowers you instead of the opposite.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I love that, Gigi.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm just going to see if there's any questions. Does anybody have any questions for Gigi about websites or anything like that? I'm going to try and get on there. And I mean, feel free to share something else if you want to talk about. But I really wanted to nail those today in our little riff party.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. If you've got anything. But okay, I don't see any questions. But again, we'll keep checking this. Where can we find you? And you've got a nice, beautiful freebie for us, haven't you?
Yes. I got this. I can't actually remember the heading of it altogether, but it's 7 essential points to create a website that will wow people. Something similar in those words.
Yes.
So it's a starter thing just to realize what do I need on my site to get it going. And you can find that. I put the link in after underneath.
Well,
so it is a whole document.
It's actually, and I put it on here too. Is it just www? Because on your homepage, your Optin, is it?
Yes.
So Gigi,
it's on my homepage, Gigi, Jim.
Yeah.
Correct.
But we'll put the link into on here, and it's the 6 essential points, and I love them. I think it just gives a great step by step for people. Definitely, either way, right? If we're starting out, we're going to come and work with you, and awesome. And Alison's got standing out in a cluttered space and getting web engagement is challenging. Yes, it is challenging. It's like, especially in these worlds. So, Judy, can you speak to that at all? Like, what's a way of you can stand out in this cluttered space? This kind of web.
What I didn't hear the.
So Alison says.
Yeah, I just didn't hear the question. You're cutting out.
Sorry, standing out in a cluttered space and getting web engagement is challenging. So what's one way that we could? I think you've actually already answered this with the SEO stuff. But what's one way of standing out them?
It is very difficult, especially now when it's all online. It's really, really difficult. I think what you need to do is to stay focused on what you are doing and not getting drawn into the stress of everyone looking at competition. And stay in your lane. Know that you are great. You got a great offer. You are worthy of what's coming. And just stay in your lane. I think that's the best thing I can say. There are 100 different things you can do. Obviously, SEO is one, but a paid ads on Facebook is kind of expensive sometimes if you don't know what you're doing. But I think that just stay calm, just focus on yourself, focus on giving value to people, and just serve. And I think that's my top tip, actually.
That's great, Judy. And
show up.
Like one of the things. And if you've got a beautiful website that you're energetically connected to, it will help you show up more. Like I love my blog post. You did that template for me. I love them now. I'm like, oh, there it is. Whereas before, I'm like, okay. So, but it's just the little things, and so. Yes. Awesome, Gigi. Well, thank you for coming along here. It's awesome. And if you're going to
thank you for having me.
Just put replay here and go over to gigigem.com to get the 6 essential points that your website must have to stand out from the crowd. But
thank you.
Awesome. I so appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Firehorse.
Bye.